Good morning. How you doing drinking your water? I wanted to show you my little reminder. Uh, doesn't show up too well, but hey, this is a reminder I put on my iPhone and my iPad. So one stays on one side of me and one's on the other. And that looks so refreshing that you just want to drink up. And when we drink our water, we're going to feel better all day long. I've already had 3 cups of water. 3 cups of water this morning and a half a cup of coffee. And my little cup today is the Untier of Knots. It's the Holy Mother, and she's untying knots. And let's hope that's what can happen in Singapore. We get a lot of knots untied today. In about 10 hours, we shall see. As the president says, we shall see. So I'm praying for good results because the world needs peace. So everybody say a collective prayer for peace in the world. And, after seeing a few months ago when there was an accidental alarm deployed in Hawaii about an incoming missile, my whole attitude changed when we see Americans fleeing for their lives over somebody that's made a mistake, but it's still, the tensions are terrible. So I want peace. I want North Korea to become a wonderful metropolis and a place where people want to go visit, like we do in Vietnam now. And in my lifetime, we've seen Vietnam be a war zone. So I want to see things turn around, and I'm praying that happens. And that's why I've got on my patriotic shirt again today. It's the only thing I got with the flag on it, and I love it, and I wear it quite often. But it's my cover shirt, and it's a little cool out this morning. So everybody, let's drink to peace. Peace on earth. Now, I got some some housekeeping things to talk to you about today. That's funny that I say housekeeping when it is housekeeping stuff. We have a great deal on our multi-wand right now, and we have a coupon code brush 707. Brush 707 is our 20% off coupon code. It's going to be good all week. And this is $12, and if you take another $2.40 off of it, look at what a deal you've got here. And then we have a new product in our fly shop, and I'm going to show you. These have been washed. They don't come washed, but it's our Waffle Weave dish towel. I love these things. I absolutely love these things. I have worn out so many dish towels, and I finally said to them, I need more dish towels, and they got us some more dish towels. But these don't have the cute little sayings on there. I like the sayings, but white dish towels need to be bleached occasionally, and it's important that they get bleached. So, you can't even see that. Pooey. These are a good deal too. They are $11.95, and with the discount, wow. They're a great price. I may have that wrong. Somebody put a link in. But you still got the discount going on. And we have our $50 off of our complete package, the Fly Lady Complete package. And you can't use a discount on it though, because it's $50 off already. So it's everything you need to keep your house sparkly. Isn't that fun? I call it the Super Duper package. And it's at the top of every email, so you can't miss that. So folks, enjoy that today. Well, this week. And we are looking at the Body Clutter book. And Leanne and I are looking at the Body Clutter book too. We are going through it. And today, the chapter we are in, yesterday we talked about the hidden and not so hidden realities of body clutter. And sometimes it's weird. It's just weird how occasionally when I read other books, I see the things that we're talking about, that we're dealing with in these books. Like I'm reading the book about healing, and it's How Healing Works is the name of the book. It's by Dr. Jonas, and it's powerful. And one of the things that it discusses is creating a sanctuary for yourself. Well, how long have we been talking about that? But he was talking about his precious wife, and she was diagnosed with breast cancer a fourth time with cancer. And she wanted to redo her bedroom to create a healing place before she went through the therapies she was going to go through. And we all need that. Every day, we need to go to sleep in a room that blesses us. Do you hear me? That blesses us. So, if your room sort of brings you down when you walk in it, then you need to think real hard about putting another paint color on the wall. I mean, I have a paint color that Robert picked out that I absolutely love. It's been on the wall for 21 years. And if I changed it, I would probably paint it back the same color because it is a comforting color. It sort of darkens down the room, and it is wonderful, absolutely wonderful. So think about creating a healing place in your home for you to rest. And that means wonderful linens, clean sheets, a bedspread that makes you smile when you walk in there. Create this. Now we're in zone 3 this week, but zone 4 is next week. Start thinking about it, and you can focus on making that room, the room that you sleep in. What color is my bedroom? It's a teal. It's a greenish teal. And my bedspread, I found, it's weird, my bedspread. It took me a while, but I finally found a little lap quilt that I absolutely loved, the quilt of it. And it was a lot of greens and a little pink and some stuff in it. And I got it at Coldwater Creek many, many years ago. But I loved that, and I started a search for finding the quilt that would go with it. And I found it in a local shop downtown. And I was really happy with it. So, everybody, we are going to start shipping calendars today. I hear they're coming in. We were supposed to get them 2 weeks ago, and I'm so sorry, but they are coming in today. So get your calendar, and I'll get one in my hot little hand to show you tomorrow. But let's talk about the excuses we make. I mean, there are tons of excuses that we can come up with. Let me get to my section of the book on excuses. Well, one of the big excuses is that we don't want to start today. We want to wait till the first of the month. We want to wait till the first of the year. Let's see what I said. When and why did we start believing all the lies we've told ourselves? You know what those lies are. This is just baby fat. No, it's not. Let's see. What are some other lies? I'll lose this weight after I have the next baby. Let's see what else. Excuses. I really have to eat. If I don't eat, my blood sugar drops, and unless you may be taking diabetic medication, and that could be a problem. So you need to talk to your doctor about everything. Found an illustrated 31 baby steps chart on Google. I don't know what that is. I didn't make it, so it's not from me. An illustrated 31 baby steps chart. Anyway, we're talking about body clutter. Good morning, everybody. Our perfectionism is really what keeps us from starting. Because we tell ourselves we can't do this right now. We really don't have time to prepare good meals. Well, let me tell you, if you don't do it now, your body's going to pay for it later. Do you understand this? You're going to pay for it one way or the other. It's what happens when we crash and burn. A lot of times people want to just go on these diets that you can't live with. I mean, that you cannot deal with at all, because you can't live that way forever. You can't live that way forever. But I'm doing something today that I can live with. Like last night, we went to the Pizza Hut. We got a cute little Pizza Hut. I have to wear a really heavy jacket when I go there because it's so cold. And Robert and I had chicken wings, and I didn't have the real sweet ones. I had the garlicky ones. And then I had a salad, but I didn't have any cheese on the salad. And I had ranch dressing on it. And then I had the top of 3 pieces of pizza. Now, it had a little cheese in it, but it wasn't much. And my pizza was a meat lover's pizza. So I was totally satiated. I had 2 glasses of tea with my meal, and I took my own little lemon juice with me, with my little packets, and I felt good. I didn't have a problem sleeping last night. Well, we all need to realize that our stomachs expand. And when our stomachs expand, if we will slowly cut back portion size, I'm not talking calories, just portion size. I saw this one time when I was looking at things. If we left 2 bites of food on our plate, we grew up with the clean plate crowd, If we let go, well, Martha, sometimes sugar is addictive, and if you read the book, The Case Against Sugar, you'll understand why we are all addicted to sugar. And that sugar is worse than any heroin or cocaine out there because it's readily available, and we have to let go of those the tendencies that we don't need sugar anymore. I've cut it out of my coffee. I've cut it out of any drink. I'm kind of allergic to cheese, Tammy. I'm kind of allergic to cheese. It makes me phlegm up, gives me heartburn. And, this is what this book addresses. It addresses our stress, our anxiety, our issues with overeating. It addresses how we think about changing our lifestyles. So we have to wean ourselves off of sugar. And that's easier to do than we think it is. Because if you're putting 2 teaspoons of sugar in your coffee every morning, let's cut that out. Let's cut it out by taking smaller spoons. It's the action of dumping the spoons in the coffee. So make a smaller spoon and you'll gradually wean yourself off that taste. So one other thing I've been doing is I get a packet of those little Wisp toothbrushes. And I learned this many years ago. that instead of brushing your teeth twice a day, brush your teeth 4 or 5 times a day. Every time you get, let's just say you're going into the bathroom because you're drinking your water and you got to pee, and while you're in there, just brush your teeth. Think about it. You would brush your teeth 6 times a day or so if you did that. So I keep this little wisp toothbrush, a packet of them, by my chair, and I use it like every 2 hours. I will get one out and brush my teeth, and my mouth feels fresh. And when your mouth feels fresh, you really don't want to put anything in it. I think that's what's helping me. Well, honey still has sugar in it. Honey is sugar. It's plain sugar. And I'm allergic to honey, so I don't have that problem. But it's still sugar. And when you put sugar in your body, you're making your pancreas release insulin to fight that sugar. And anytime the pancreas releases the insulin, you store everything you eat as fat in your body. Everything. Plain and simple. When I read the book, Why We Get Fat, it made so much sense up here. It's this, this gray matter that's between our ears. It clicked with me. So if I cut out the sugar, I'm cutting out the insulin that my body is pumping. Yes, pork rinds are wonderful. Well, if you can get out of bed, Jill, you can do anything. If you can get out of bed, you can shine your sink. If you can get out of bed, you can dust your furniture. If you can get out of bed, so chronic illness is not an excuse as far as I'm concerned. Because if you can get out of bed, you got to get dressed. Now, if you can't get out of bed, that's a different story. But if you can get out of bed and get in your wheelchair, there's no excuse. I don't know if stevia is okay for diabetics. I have no clue. Because I don't want anything that tastes like sugar in my mouth. Nothing. But it still makes you release insulin. Read the last few chapters of Why We Get Fat. I mean, it is an amazing book that really clicked in my head a few years ago. I think it was 2011 when I read that book. You've just got to start realizing that the things that we're putting in our body are hurting us. Well, sugar is not natural. It may come from the sugar cane, but when it's gone through the processing, the process of refining it, it makes it more sugar to it. You got to educate yourself. Talk to your doctor because it's really going to change the way you look at everything. My doctor had me read the sugar book, or I had her read it. I can't remember which it was. But that book really changed my whole thinking about how addictive sugar was, and on top of that, how it was forced down our throats by our government. Talk about a conspiracy theory. Yeah, long time ago, sugar was pretty much, there was a sugar lobby. And they wanted to get sugar in everything. And sure enough, it is now. We had this war against corn sugar a few years ago. The author of the book I'm talking about on sugar, I have no clue who that author is. But it's the case against sugar. And it's as if it's a great premise to this book. It's like they're making the case in court, which I like any courtroom stuff. So, fighting sugar cravings. Let's come up with ways to fight sugar cravings. So, yeah, you've got a plate of cookies in the kitchen. How are you going to fight that? Well, first off, you got to stop making them. And I went on a kick during Christmas. I was making bread like crazy. Bread and rolls. See, that's enough. Just because it's bread doesn't mean it's not going to turn into sugars, because it's one of those white flour things. And white flour, have you ever chewed a cracker? We did this in 3rd grade. It was an experiment we did. You chew a cracker, one saltine cracker, one little square cracker, in your mouth for as long as you can stand it. Eventually, your saliva is going to turn it to sugar. Got it? There you go. Turning it to sugar. Right in front of you. That's what happens in our body. It turns to sugar. So let's limit our white flour, any starches of any kind, rice, potatoes. I'm beginning to think onions have a lot of carbs in them, but I haven't looked that up. If somebody would look that up, I would like to know. Gary Taubes did the Why We Get Fat book. And another good book is The Case Against Sugar, and Forks Over Knives, I think, is another good book. But I'm not going to go vegetarian. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Yes, onions have carbs, but how many carbs? How many carbs in a whole onion? How many carbs in a slice of onion? Hidden blood sugar. Hidden sugar in food. So knowing where that sugar is hiding, and it's usually hiding in root vegetables, and onions are a root vegetable. Beets, they make sugar out of beets. They're advertising this drink on TV that you put 2 teaspoons of dried up beets in your drink, and you're supposed to drink it. Oh my goodness. That's probably all. The Case Against Sugar is by Gary Taubes too. Wow, I didn't know that. Bananas are sweet too. All fruits have sugar in them. 10 grams of carbs in a medium onion, so that's not too bad. We've got to let go. Tomatoes have a lot of carbs too. And I was fooled by guacamole salad the other day. But a guacamole, just a guacamole, is a good fat. A lot of people want to cut fat out of their diet. Do you want to know what happens when you do that? Your hair falls out. Your hair falls out. Because your skin gets dry. I mean, I've never felt better. My skin's not dry. I've actually have probably lost a shoe size. Can you imagine losing weight in your feet? Well, when you get rid of the inflammation, it goes away. I mean, even your eyeballs shrink. My glasses don't hurt anymore. They actually try to fall off my head. So I know my face is getting thinner. Fat doesn't create fat. It really doesn't. I promise you, if I ever have cognitive issues, I want people to feed me nothing but coconut oil. I want coconut oil in my oatmeal. Not that I eat oatmeal, but coconut oil in everything. Because that is a short chain triglyceride, and it's good. 120 pounds. Wow, Jenny, that's something. Get this book. It's going to change you. It's going to change the way you think. And Leanne and I are working on updating it some. She has lots of things she has to update. Most of my stuff in here is attitude adjustment. Total attitude adjustment. And I'm giving that to you every day. So let's talk about redirecting ourselves again when you want that cookie that's in the kitchen. Yesterday we discussed writing out little things you can do to redirect yourself so you don't want to go into the kitchen. So maybe you make a list of the weekly home blessing things that we're doing today. Maybe you make a list of things to pamper yourself. There's always some, you can file your fingernails, you can polish your nails. I need to do my toes right now. I was looking at my granddaughter's little toes. She was in a play and she still had this green nail polish on her toes. I said, we need to go get our toes done. Wouldn't that be fun? Or to do each other's toes. So we've got, make a list of the things that you can do. Saturday afternoon, I took a bubble bath. Candlelit bubble bath in the middle of the afternoon. Imagine that. I was redirecting myself. And then when you feel the urge to go to go eat something, pull out your little bowl of pieces of paper, wise old Al here, and go do it. And this is going to change your whole attitude. You can do this. If I can do it, anybody can. And these 11 days have been phenomenal for me. Absolutely. That's wonderful, Wanda. We need just a pat on the head, and we can give our own pats on the head. We can make treats for ourselves. I'm going to ask Robert to get me some lemons and some limes because I want to make this. You see it? No, you can't see it. Let me get it up here. There you go. There you go. Put this on my phone because a flybaby sent the tip in to me. I put it on my phone. It's a wonderful idea. It's going to remind you to drink your water. I've already had 3 glasses today. I'm going to drink 8 cups of water today, not to mention my coffee. If you drink coffee, drink it extra. I still got a half a cup here. I want you to feel better. I want you to have a wonderful day. Let's all say prayers for our president and the team that's in Singapore. Maybe we can get this book to the chairman of North Korea. He looks a little puffy. He probably stress eats too. Yes, coffee's a diuretic, and it does other things too. Coffee makes you go poop if you drink it strong enough. Let's take care of ourselves today, y'all. I love you all. I will see you back here tomorrow. This is 42 days I've been live with you every single day. It just seems like yesterday that I started getting live every morning. I didn't think I could do it but once a week, but you can do things when you don't think you can do them. We're stronger than we think we are. We are much stronger than that cookie in the kitchen. We are much stronger than we even know. Fix you a carafe of wonderful water today. I love you all. And I will see you later.